Welcome to The Average Citizen. My name is Robert, and I'll be the host. This is the first YouTube video that I'll be doing with my channel. I'm just so sick and tired of the political climate that we're in, and I just can't stand just sitting here watching on the sideline while everyone else just hops in. I'm sick of the oppression of right-wing voices, and let me go ahead and lay out all my beliefs on the table real quick. Core to the core, I'm right, all the way right. Honestly, a little further right than right. You could almost call me an alt-rightist. But, you know, basic core values, man. Jesus, Christmas, guns, just red-blooded American, you know. And I just really don't like what I'm seeing, but, you know, being done with the country. But at the same time, you know, I'm not some brainwashed, you know, Republican who thinks that, you know, our entire system is just perfection. There's lots of issues with the police force, lots of issues with over-policing. The entire legal system is broken. Why someone can spend $6,000 on an attorney and someone can get a court-appointed attorney and nothing can get done. Your amount of money directly influences how much trouble you get in. Huge, huge problem. And the medical system, I mean, it's all fun and games to talk about how socialized medicine doesn't work. But at the end of the day, we have the money. We just choose to spend it on our military instead of on helping our citizens with decent health care. That's a really weird stance because in today's political climate, if you're not left, you're right. And if you're not right, you're left. And you're not allowed to be in the middle because things have been so polarized, you know, and so radical that if you don't identify as one of the radicals, you know, or one of the polarized parties, then, I mean, good luck winning anything, you know. But now, anyways, we're here today to talk about the whole impeachment process. This never-ending witch hunt that just seems to just, the Democrats just can't let it go. They just cannot let it go. You know, it's just so interesting how Hillary Clinton had so much evidence. I mean, just so many incidences involving actual people dying. You know what I'm saying? So many problems, so many questions, unanswered questions. I mean, I think there's proof out there that she lied while she was under oath. I mean, it's just, and it's done. It's done and over with. All just gone. Gone. But, you know, Donald Trump, this whole, 3 years now? This witch hunt? No real evidence has ever come forth. Like, think about it. If you've investigated someone for 2 years and you haven't found anything, I mean, it's probably because you're not going to find anything. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, now you got them changing the rules, you know, so that they could get their shit done. It's over the top. But as far as the impeachment thing goes, here's my standpoint, okay? Here's where I'm at. Let's say they do impeach Trump. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it. I don't think it'd be good, and I think he was absolutely correct for saying what he said about the Civil War-like tear. It was not a threat of violence. He's just being honest. I mean, you're talking about millions, tens of millions of people who voted for the man, and you go on this long witch hunt, and you just pretty much just vote everyone in specific places, continue these insane investigations that bring up nothing, all to the point where you just get enough votes just to impeach the man, just because. I mean, there's really nothing impeachable that he's done, to be honest with you, especially from my point of view. But the Civil War-like tear, completely justified. If anything, he was telling the truth, just being completely honest. I've already felt that we're on that way anyways if the leftists continue to pretty much force feed their insane agenda on average Americans, you know. I mean, change has to happen naturally. You get me? Like, if you try to force change, you just meet resistance more often than not. So they're just trying to manufacture just unnatural change, and it's just really backfiring on them, to be honest. But, you know, if they were to go through with all this, you know, the impeachment process, it works, they impeach the president. I mean, what happens from there? What, Mike Pence becomes president? And my question is, I mean, yeah, on paper, you know, his overall temperament, he seems to be a little bit more And this isn't to call Trump unprofessional, but he does seem to be a little more professional, if that's the word. Reserved, maybe. But at the end of the day, he seems to have the same core beliefs, the same values, just the same. He's on board. You get me? He's on board with the president. So I'm just really confused. I just don't see where impeaching Donald Trump would really advance their agenda anymore. With Mike Pence being president, I don't see him just bowing to their whims any more than I do Donald Trump. Now, I had a theory. I looked up some stuff, and apparently if the president gets impeached, if you can impeach the vice president, then the Speaker of the House can become president, which would be Nancy Pelosi. I seen an article the other day when I was searching through Google, and the headline read, Nancy Pelosi, possibility president, and I was just like, wow, what? No way. So I looked it up, and I mean, so it's like, it almost seems like they've got dirt on Mike Pence. All they need is to get dirt on Trump, and they don't have any, so they're trying to make some up so they can go ahead and take it over. I don't think that'll happen. That's a little out there, a little conspiracy-ish, but at the end of the day, that's really where I'm at. It's not even whether Trump is guilty or which I don't think. I mean, bro, if he'd have done anything by now, you just think about how fast a regular police detective can find dirt on a citizen. You've got like the FBI, like all these big agencies with professionals who've done this for years and years and years, who investigate the hardest of the hardest criminals, and nothing. There's just nothing. There is nothing. You get where I'm coming from. I just don't really feel that there's any substance to that investigation. So at the end of the day, honestly, if you're a Republican and you're concerned about the impeachment, I really wouldn't be. The likelihood of it going through, from what I'm seeing with the current political climate, I don't really believe that it would be a real possibility. Just a bunch of fear-mongering. But if it ends up being the case, I mean, Mike Pence, I think, would make a pretty good president as well. I don't really see him really deviating from anything that President Trump has accomplished or plans to accomplish. So, don't really see any reason to go panic mode, to be honest. It's really just all my whole point of view on that. There's really no more to go into. Yeah, long story short, he was right. Civil War-like fracture is probably the perfect term I would use to do that. And impeach him all you want. It's not really going to change anything. So I think we're good to go. This is my first video for my channel. You notice the lovely, lovely green screen I have going on here. I have no idea how to do green screen effects. So that's why you see a thin green sheet behind me. I'll have to learn that, and I will be posting political content to try to grow and to try to build. There's a bunch of things about me that we can share right quick. I'm never going to write anything down. Everything that I say, it comes from two places, okay? Two places. It comes from here, and it comes from here, right there. So I will never write anything down, because everything that I say is the way I feel, and I already know what needs to be said. So that's just not going to happen. I'm just going to continue to mainly just use my phone. It's so wild, all the news that you see on Facebook, whether it's fake or real, most of which you can verify, using other sources. But some of the news things that just come out are just insane. And when I see a lot of other people get up on, podiums and argue with Democrats across the aisle, I sit there and I'm like, why are you talking like that? Why is that your argument standpoint? You could have easily just destroyed them in another manner, and so I'm tired of seeing that. I'm going to come out. I'm going to try and build my channel. If you've enjoyed the content, please leave a like. Any suggestions, any help with green screen effects or anything that you could help me with, that'd be awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. This has been The Average Citizen, and trust me, I am The Average Citizen. Signing off. I'll see y'all next time.